It's great to see all of you smiling over here with those masks. So, whatever the weather, I think we're going to have a great weather today and great people here on the very stage. So, first superstars and rock stars of the e-world. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Founders of the most successful Lithuanian startups will share their experiences navigating the challenges over the past year, finding new opportunities and their visions for the future. So let's give a big round of applause for the first one. This is Tomas Okmanas. Come on. Tomas Okmanas is a CEO and co-founder of Tesonet. Hello, welcome. Labas. So also Mr. Tadas Burgaila. Co-founder and CEO of the Kilo Health. Ladies and gentlemen, one more super special person, Aurimas Steponavičius. Kaip ir Inga kviečiu jūs, vyrukai, dar kartelį Aurimas Steponavičius. Hello, co-founder and co-owner of board Panda. Ladies and gentlemen, one more very special person, Mantas, Mikuckas. Come on, Mantas. Co-founder and CEO at Vinted Social Marketing. Hello, boys. And we have a lady here on the stage, First Lady, so the biggest round of applause to her. She's going to be moderating all the talks, all the speeches, all the guys. It's Inga Langaitė. Inga is CEO of the Unicorns of Lithuania, Association of Lithuania Tech Startups. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Okay, are you ready? Palaikom jūs, kabryti, duokit triukšmo, atidarimo. Prašau.
Hello everyone. What a year we had, right? It's a great honor and happiness to be here on stage in person. Some of those guys I met for the first time in person. Very excited. So yeah, let's start to discuss what happened in previous year. So basically, last year was exceptional. Like everyone, personally and businesses went online. Like banked, learned, hired, onboarded people, made some major business agreements, etc. So let's go back to 2020 March. How did that started? Thomas?
Yeah, hey everyone, super happy to be here. Really that, now I feel that the world reopens and we can finally be here. So yeah, back in March, it was the first crisis that we had. I mean, I never had any crisis and it was scary. We thought, what's going to happen? Is everything going to go down or how is it going to shift? Everyone started saying, the market's going to go down, the big recession. I actually turned it otherwise, especially for tech. But yeah, we determined ourselves that we want to focus on the business, and we looked for the sectors who can be hit, and we focused on those how we can help in B2B. But yeah, we continued as usual, and obviously one of the challenges was, and the worrisome was how we're gonna now work remotely because we were an office company, and that went pretty well, I think, due to the nature of the business and that we can actually really collaborate pretty easily online. Now we're coming half back to the office using the hybrid model. So we're gonna be working for 3 days from office from July and 2 days from anywhere people want. Also, they can work from anywhere in the world. In the same time, we now understand that there's a big backlog for holidays, so for the summers, for the people are tired. People don't know this yet, so don't hopefully know. But now they'll know at work. But we're gonna have summer Fridays, so that means that on Fridays afternoon you don't have to work anymore. So it's free afternoons for Fridays, and that was one of the focuses that we had to change the mindset. Like, I was a strong believer in office culture, and I thought that it's not going to work, and especially in hybrid model. But so far it goes well, and I think that was the main, kind of a mindset that we had to change, apart from looking after the customers and the business and unit economics, which went pretty well for us. So I think more challenging was for traditional business than tech, because we just had to adapt and focus.
Tadas, I know you had a lot of products, so
Yeah.
did it change last year? Did
I'm
you have
now
to
thinking
close
about that
something?
March 2020, and I remember that on that date with core management team, we were in Liverpool, and I think in the last normal football games with 50,000 fans, and we were celebrating till the morning, and it was like just couple days till first lockdown, and we went back to Lithuania, and I remember that feeling. I come back like as the biggest enemy, and the fear is around me. You were with that 50,000 guys, and at that time in Lithuania, it was like 40, 50 cases per day. So, and our office manager did not allow to access me to my office because of that fear. So, yes, it was challenging. So, all our management rent new office in 24 hours. The same guys, we are in Liverpool, and and we make like a temporary office for that lockdown, and then we take all challenge from that place. But like the biggest challenge, I think it was it was a mental challenge. So I think the biggest challenge was fear of everyone, because nobody will know what to do tomorrow. Like, or I should go to Maxima, buy all the food, or the company is still alive, or we'll go with that product. So I think that mental game was the hardest part of the challenge in the beginning.
Thank you. Aurimas.
Yeah, also March 2020. So we sent everyone home immediately. But the other part that we also have a video production studio where more than 200 people work, and obviously we cannot send them home as we need to organize all this process. So I remember that was very interesting times when we had to we separated two teams into separate physical locations. They were not allowed to interact with each other in no ways. Also, the regulations were not clear. Everyone was pushing to work from home, and but we still had to work on site. So we also had Plan B, and where we were prepared to set mini studios within employees' home, and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, people were consuming online content more than ever. And we had, in all those conditions, produce even more content than before, and we were excited times where we were growing a lot. So, yeah, super challenging, super excited.
Thank you. Mantas.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Yeah, indeed, it was a crazy year. Actually, I would love to go back even before March, and that's one of the maybe lessons to share with everyone. That played well, actually, but this is where we get the biggest winnings, when everyone else don't expect something to happen. So 2019 autumn, we were thinking everything is going so well, economy is doing so well, for 10, 11 years we had no recession, nothing, everyone is so optimistic about everything. And as a company, we don't need extra cash. I mean, we are churning good cash flows, everything looks good. So it seems like we just move on. We can just move on. And thanks for really brilliant-minded CFO we have. But we discussed the idea in the management team: what if we actually raise cash, which we don't need, for something that if this would happen, this cash would give us massive advantage. And the cost of that is 4% of the company. But if this happens, maybe we would double the value. So do you trade 4% for double, triple the value or not? And we thought, okay, let's try. Let's see. I mean, the worst case, we will be just safer than ever. The best case, we will gain something out of that. And we closed the round in end of December 2019, where some things were already happening, and in China, and we were like looking, but we haven't, we didn't thought that it's gonna like roll out so quickly and so widely. And then in March, we realized, okay, this is gonna be most likely a big thing. And then, our mantra was, so personally, I was, as a person, really scared and worried about people because it's a deadly virus, right? So you're really feared of yourself, like what's going to happen. Is it really that deadly? Because the data is so scattered, and you don't know, whom to trust and where to look at trustful data. But as a business, I was trying to think the opposite. Like when everyone is fearful, be greedy. That's the moment, right? And we thought, okay, the natural thing is to really back off and try to be super safe as a business. But that's what everyone else was doing in terms of our competitors. And we thought, what if we do actually the opposite? What if we say people will continue their lives, will continue shopping? Yes, physically will be more difficult, so they will do online. What if we double down actually and expand even more aggressively? And this is what we did, and it played really well. I'm super proud of this, and it's, I guess, that's the lesson. You cannot waste those moments, and sometimes you have to be contrarian. Like if everyone is very optimistic, think, okay, can I prepare for something that no one really expects, and then play on that if that happens. So, yeah, but on execution-wise was a very challenging year because, as others mentioned, remote work was completely new for us as well. Like hiring people while you're working remote, super difficult. Like onboarding those people, mega difficult. And in general, I was a bit also worried that, okay, we go and work from home, so people will get lazy, will, lay down on their sofas, play with PlayStation, So that's the kind of common thing you think about, like all of a sudden we work from home. The reality is that the biggest challenge we had at Vinted and still have is the burnouts. Like people work too much at work because there is nothing else to do. Like, and they love their job, and then they sit too many hours in front of their computers. So this is what happened to us, how we see the situation, and what we learned. Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you a story that this is not luck that Mantas is talking, because back in December he started pinging me and messaging about this COVID that's happening in China, and
Yeah.
I started looking into this as well. And he, and I started telling this at the office and said, "Calm down. This is just another thing that like Ebola that's not gonna touch us." But then, months after months, Mantas was still hesitant to, looking into this pretty intensively and sending me all the articles. And we started really being, scared. So this is not luck, but this is, how Mantas operates, and that he goes really deep in topics. So
yeah, and he can predict the future. So if anybody of you guys are investing in stock market, so he's the guy. PM him.
Cool.
Okay, so basically the rest of the economy was facing big challenges and turning down. But tech business, technology startups showed impressive numbers of raising number of employees, winning new markets, etc. So I want to share all of you, what are your wins during that last year? Aurimas?
So as I mentioned before, the people were consuming content online at the precedented levels. Because of that, and the pandemic's obviously accelerated that even more. So we also had tripled our staff in video production. We increased our revenue by 3 times maybe as well. And back in November, we became the #1 most viewed channel on Facebook.
Guys, that's amazing achievement. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
that's amazing. Like,
So now we, as we were growing almost 3 times, we see that if we grow 3 more times, we will become top 3 media company in the world together with Disney and Warner in terms of how many people we reach.
Wow.
Not in terms of revenues, but so this is the goal.
So you will outgrow Facebook eventually, right?
I wish. Yeah, so it was obviously, I mean, as you mentioned, the consumption were growing of a lot of things, and it benefited us as well.
Okay. Thomas?
Yeah, come on, guys. There's no rocket science. People went into lockdown. They started consuming internet, right? So that's how it went, and it was just our job not to, F it up. So, some of the we did good job. Some of great. Some of a bit not that great. But all in all, we've been lucky to have this year. I think, personally, and from the management point of view, what we did, all the world was, I'm not sure, maybe just I felt that, but the world, like the life was a bit crazy. We're flying there, everyone's, one is, in US, then someone is in Asia, and like all the world was started spinning too fast. I couldn't
Google Analytics too, yeah, for you.
Yeah, but I couldn't focus too much, right? Because one day or Monday you're in San Francisco, Thursday you're back in Vilnius, then you need to go to Singapore on Monday again. How you can work around that? So this year really was a good year because I didn't travel for most of the year, and we really kind of fixed the basics of the companies, right? We started Tesonet Accelerator. We hired new management guys. We fired someone, right, that needed to be fired a long time. And we fixed just the business from the grounds up. And I think that because really this year was a year when you can focus and peacefully operate. And that was the key message and probably the biggest win that we found in this year, apart from crazy growth due to the nature of market. So that's how we see this.
Tadas?
About victories, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about your growth.
Okay, so with our company, we hire I think 200 people during both lockdowns, absolutely remotely. So it was kind of the hard process, and it's like half of our all staff, yeah. So I think 90% of them never been to the office till today. But it's achievement, yeah. And I'm very happy, that a lot of talented people are joined that company. And from the product side, I think the COVID showed a lot of opportunity for us as a health company. So we try to take all of them. So if our plan was to launch, 3 or 4 products, so we finished with 9 or 10. Because we saw opportunity from, as Mantas said before, mental health. Like burnouts and all that stuff was in the peak, and it's at the peak at the moment too. And like home fitness area, because all the gym went closed. So yeah, I think these are the wins and the victories of our company. Okay, small win. I remember we are at the tech park now. So as a company, we brought a real bar here. We can meet at that bar in the evening. So during the second lockdown, it's mentally safer than everything is closed and you have a bar. It saves us to achieve this summer. So yeah. So everybody, welcome in the evening for a couple of beer. Yeah.
Exciting. Mantas, tell us about your last funding round.
Yeah, so I don't want to brag about this too much. I mean, obviously, with what I previously told, we did quite well, and I'm super proud of everyone who contributed to that, because I know it was difficult to execute and achieve that, but maybe my highlight is slightly different. To me, was a final proof point how resilient is the tech sector is in general. And I think it's not just because of remote. It's a couple of reasons. So one, people who love dynamic environment where everything is changing, nothing is constant, and you have to always think and innovate and figure out, they tend to work at this industry, right? So that's not coincidence that this industry reacted the best, not only benefited from the tailwinds that people work from home or mostly spend time at home, but as well innovate like, okay, how we can leverage this new environment in general, and I think showed the highest level of innovation. And then when I think about our country, we have strange neighbors, some things might and probably will change, and I'm just to me it's super clear that this is on what we should bet on, and this is the environment we should grow. And then as a small country, we can achieve amazing success with this type of mindset, right? Where we export, today there, tomorrow somewhere else, but we always live in this constant changing environment, and we're comfortable with that. So to me, it's just a really good example, practical example, how resilient and this industry is, and that it's a bet we should not miss. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So as
Sorry, I remember one fact, like then Okmanas write me a message about that we need to, raise some money for doctors to buy face masks. And that was a victory of ecosystem, because that guy raised like $500,000 in like 45 minutes on Messenger. And it showed how it works. So that was amazing, really.
it was.
Good stuff.
Indeed. Digital transformation researcher Aaron Sandarayan notes that crisis can be a catalyst or can speed up changes that are on the way. It almost can serve as accelerant. So what changes you already made in your businesses or you plan to do? Could you share, Thomas?
Yeah, guys, look, I think all is this not about us, it's about you, right? All about here listening and trying to figure out what's the next big thing. I think all of us, we're going to be much more happy if in a year someone else, is going to sit here and tell their successful stories. And we're pretty sure, all of us, because we've started with these unicorns, that it's going to happen. This brought us a catalyst of change, of all Lithuanian tech system and ecosystem. And you know why? Because now you can reach the top VC funds here, but you can reach also the top VC funds globally through Zoom. They don't want to fly. There's no kind of deals they've done there in San Francisco. Mantas knows lots of great funds, to be honest, if you need some, right? All of them were after them. And, SPACs happened. And you just need to find that product market fit. And, we're here to help, I think. And Lithuanian now has the perfect conditions. We have pretty good government, right? That's supportive towards our, future. We all have all this access to global markets, to global capital. Everyone knows, everyone. And, for us, obviously, at scale, we got to know more people, more influential people, more important people that we can get you in touch as well. So probably, my, thing is that you don't miss these opportunities because now the change is happening, and this really catalyzes and build this future into fast forwarded. Lithuanian is the fastest moving economy in the whole Europe now. So, we're here. We're gonna become the next Switzerland, but not in banks, but in tech, hopefully. So let's just start building, start doing, searching for that product market fit, and when you've got it, else is gonna be much easier. So that's
absolutely agree. And as a country, I think we are one of the best hustlers in the world.
Yeah.
So let's go and hustle.
Any more specific suggestions for new startups?
For new startups?
Yep.
Write for Mantas. Yeah. You know the things.
Mantas?
Yeah. Look, I think maybe a couple of thoughts here. One. It would be a mistake to think, let's go back to the old normal and forget what happened. Too many good things happened as well with all the bad things. What I see, which we must leverage as a small country, is that the job market will be way more liberal and way more globalized. For us, which probably the biggest issue we all have is the lack of talent, because that's the limiting factor to grow our businesses. That's the number one thing. And I think my advice is that for everyone to really think globally from day one in terms of hiring, build that culture, build that system that works with this thing, and then if we can more and more successfully build companies who can hire anywhere in the world and become famous for that, we become really innovative on that. This would build such a strong ecosystem, and also obviously, let's try to bring those people here as well. But not everyone will be, likely to move. So that's probably one of the big advice for every tech company, to really directionally which direction we should take. And also as a country, we have to face that reality and see that as an amazing opportunity, like just to leverage on that. So, my vision is that we should become like organizers, like bring workforce from everywhere, pack it into great products, and sell it back to the world. And that's, I think, we have this, spirit of the business spirit inside ourselves. So let's do it. It's not that difficult actually, and we're happy to share all the experience, all the contacts, all the know-how we have. There's nothing to hide. We don't compete here. We compete, with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Aurimas, would you share some changes that you already made in your company and would suggest to others as well?
I would just like to add that we are also not a small company, but we learn a lot from my left and my right. Ecosystem is definitely stronger, and we can support each other. And we also, it helped to accelerate us a lot from learning from Vinted, Tesonet, and so on. Also, yes, in terms of changes, I think you need to go global in terms of talents as well. So we already have more than 70 people working from all around the world, from many countries, in our video distribution department, from video editors to and translators to some key executives as well. And they brought some pretty unique experience that we would never find here. And exactly, and it's kind of core for expansion, and it helped us a lot. So this is definitely the direction we keep looking and will be looking for as well.
Okay, so as I hear, like every one of you are moving for more remote work even after pandemics, right? So you are hiring people from around Lithuania and around the world. Okay, so as a final marks, could you share your guests, educated guests, how we're gonna live and work and make business in next 2 years?
Yeah, I should start again. Okay, so yeah, we kind of are now, as I've mentioned, try to mature the business operations as much as we understand it, and kind of invented a new model that we never heard anywhere. Maybe Rocket Internet is very familiar, ran familiarly, but under Tesonet, we currently have North Security, Oxy Labs, a couple other businesses, and they're ran by independent management teams, different offices, different HR, different CEO, CTO, and everything, and they have different strategies. And Tesonet is now kind of accelerator that's going to start and help these businesses, that we currently have, and the future businesses in Lithuania to succeed. The goal is, just to focus on the region here and not to go, become a kind of a global, accelerator, just, giving back in a way to community. So I think, we're going to see a dramatic change, I think, in Lithuanian tech ecosystem. And we strongly believe here with all the unicorns team as well that in the next 10 years we're going to have at least 10 unicorns or more. I think now it's going to be a big head start. So keep your heads down. Go for a short holiday break, but then autumn comes in, weather gets worse, and get back to computers and start searching for that next gig. And Tadas can tell you more about that, but it's not easy to find, and it's basically impossible to find your first startup at the first shot. You're going to be extremely lucky, or basically, it's not doable. But it's just constant changing search for that product market fit, and don't get too delusional on things like this is going to work and I'm going to invest now, 2 years in building this stuff and this is going to sell. Sell slideware. Don't focus where to rent office or how to hire an accountant. Just try to.
On how to build the best logo in the world. Like.
Yeah. So some things are, I think that the phase to product market fit is the most critical part, and when you have that, then the rest is going to be just pure, execution. So, and I think you can tell more about that to the guys.
About what?
About kind of how to build and scale and pivot until you find that one.
Yeah. So we can meet in the evening at bar, and we can discuss that topic. It's a very deep topic, So we need some time. And the question was a prediction about 2 years from now, and I were thinking that 2 years before COVID, there was like some guys who were getting the same question, and they were predicting like what would be after 2 years. So I don't want to be that guy, who clearly knows what would be in the future. And I think as a business, as a tech business, we should be, that companies who don't know what is tomorrow, but we could adapt, for any situation, and we could do it first. And from other life perspective, I think that people will forget about COVID in next 2-3 years, and hopefully life will go to the normal stuff, and we could enjoy the sun, the meetings, and the things. And I want to say like about that Mantas said before about the mindset that. I think now we are here in Lithuania, generation of a new mindset, everybody of us. So I just want to ask for everyone like that we should take responsibility for our country, for country strategy, and bring our minds and mindset and energy together. So that's why we created that association, Unicorns. So guys, like join everybody, like let's have fun and move forward. So.
Aurimas.
Difficult to add anything. So the only thing that is constant in our business is that it's constantly changing, and I think the mentality is the key. And since I remember, we are in social media business, and Facebook and Google was changing all the time, and our guys actually big prize to them. I mean, they were trained to adapt. So the pandemics was nothing too new for them. I mean, in terms of that. Again, there is new change, like algorithm, but in terms of society. And I just want to add to those guys that it's about constant testing, failing and finding, and then once you find it, it's also going to change later, and all the time, no stability. So if you have that mindset and the help of this amazing ecosystem that is so growing so strong at the moment. So you can. We can definitely get there to those 10 unicorns in several years, hopefully.
Mantas, you are the last one.
Yeah, 2 years is not that distant, so I hope nothing dramatic will happen again. I hope that. In 2 years, there will be 4 other people, and not only men, in terms of founders here, presenting their new unicorns and talking about success. So that's very doable, actually, from what I see, what is happening in our ecosystem. Really hope that we will see new faces here. I really hope we will not get back to old normal in 2 years and we just forget what happened. So I hope the trend will accelerate and we will see amazing success stories, companies who has employees all over the world, exporting, doing great, reaching that unicorn status and beyond. And yeah, that's my wish, I think. And also we will, figure out some good solutions how to have more talent in this industry here in Lithuania. So I hope our association will bring some powerful initiatives which will churn first results.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Yes.
Okay, thank you everyone for this really exciting discussion. So basically, keywords are adoption, market fit, hard work, and have fun. So thank you everyone. Hope you have a nice day.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Inga.
Guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Inga. Guys, so it's a big pleasure to listen to you. It's amazing to hear how you're growing. But can I ask one little question? Was there a day or in the evening one thought when you were laying in the bed and thinking, oh my God, how big I am? Oh my God, I'm so afraid. Was there any time you were afraid how big you are growing and how fast your business is growing?
No, I think, I guess, but the biggest worry is that how small you are.
Really?
Yes. No, really.
That's how you see it. Amazing. You never thought that, oh my God, I'm going too fast. Yeah?
Seriously, guys, I mean, we are such a small businesses in the global world, like it's nothing. You can, but I mean, that really scares me, because if you face competition against someone like 10,000 times bigger than you, it's tough.
All right.
Yeah, but from my side, I remember a few months ago we reached 40 hires per month, and I was, what the fuck? It's
Who are these people?
wow! It's such a pace, and I was calling for Tomas, and I said, Tomas, it's normal, is everything okay? And then he said, okay, Tadas, relax, it would be well. So I think sometimes it happened, yeah.
All right. It's amazing you're going to manage it. Thank you guys very much. Big round of applause, everybody, for those superstars over here. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure listening to you. Ačiū Jums, Inga. Labai malonu. Thank you, guys. Bye.